what is up, YouTube? So today I'm gonna be recapping this trade I took today. So mine's is probably the shortest out of all three that are gonna be in this video. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start off. First I did was just check news. I didn't know what the actual was gonna be, if it was gonna boost it up or down, but I still check it. Hopped on the daily. I saw it was bearish, so shorts. We were looking for shorts right here. So we were looking for shorts. So daily bias was shorts, bearish. Hopped on the 4 hour. Didn't really see much. Didn't see any like liquidity sweeps or anything like that. Other than this one, it's fair value gap, which I just noticed now. And then 1 hour, I didn't really see anything either. I only saw like the area I wanted to target liquidity because I was waiting for. I was thinking market was gonna go up, but it didn't sweep any like sell side liquidity, which it was gonna do right here. And so I was like thinking I could just target it, which is exactly what I did. And I was gonna catch this move up, but I thought it was gonna be like I thought it wasn't gonna be today. And so I hopped on the 15 minute, saw this inter liquidity sweep right here. It came out with this fair value gap right here. It's kind of hard to see right here. This fair value gap, I waited for it to retest back in. Then I measured the 79% Fibonacci off of the swing low to the swing high. So from here to right here. Measured it, waited for it to break past it. Candle closed right past it. Waited for it to break structure too right here. Past the structure. Also caught this trend line break. Broke past that trend line. So a lot of confirmations. And I set a limit order, went to school, and then targeted this liquidity, and it came out, and then it was TP. And I was honestly, I could have caught these both moves if I wasn't in school. If I was on the market all day, I would have definitely caught these both moves because I was purposely aiming down to get this move down of sell side liquidity so I could get this up move because yeah, and I would have targeted this. Yeah, I would have hit this trade if I wasn't in school, if I paid it a little more attention. But yeah, that's just my recap for today. I'm gonna add Lucas and Norway's right after this, and yeah, that's mine.
What's up, guys? It's Luca here, and today we're gonna do a trade recap on two trades we took. We took one during London session last night, and we took one today during New York session. So I'm just gonna go straight to the point. Let's get into it. So today we traded both trades on silver, on on silver. This one's during London session. So let's go to the higher time frame to really see why we took this trade. So gotta go down. All right, this one right here. So we came to the charts at 1:45 in the morning, right? So 15 minutes before London opened. This 1 a.m. candle was closing above these ranges right here. So we had two POIs. We had turtle soup levels marked out. Let's put that blue so we can just see it clear. So we had candles closing higher and higher. So we were following the trend. And then on the daily, we had two bullish POIs. So we have high time frame POIs and we have low time frame POIs. So we know that the trend is bullish. We know that it's going to keep going bullish, right? So we're going to try to take bullish trades. So what do? We marked out those two POIs in the turtle soup and our high time frame POIs, right? And then 1 a.m. candle closed. So 1:59 closed. 2 a.m. So 2 a.m. we go to the 1 minute. Go to the 1 minute. Hold up, because it's a bit of work to get there. Go to the, oh my gosh, what the heck? What the heck? Where is it at? Bro. That's weird. Alright, my bad for that. But, alright, let's go to the trade. Okay. Alright, right here. So, let's just, so 159. So, 159 right here. So, this candle closed above these two POIs, and this is turtle soup right here. So, this candle closed right here. Then, we get a closure under our POI. There is no fair value gaps right here, so we have to find a fair value gap. Boom, right here. So we wait, candle closes right back above our POI. So now we are in session. We're in London session. We're bullish, and we just got a POI entry Now all we need is our confirmation or our confluence, which is an inverse fair value gap. So we wait for our inversion fair value gap. We get this on this candle right here. We enter the trade, and I targeted. So this was drawn liquidity. I targeted a bit higher because it was a really small trade. So after I went break even when I hit my targets on liquidity, and ended up just running perfectly to my take profit and then reversing before going right back up. But it doesn't matter because we took our profits. We made 200 on this trade right here. So we made 200 on this trade. So that's trade number one. Then during New York session, we took a counter trend trade. So we'll go to the 1 hour time frame to show you guys why we took it. So we came to the charts at 9:45. We did the same thing we did for London. Candles are closing higher and higher. So we're following the trend. And on the daily, we did have a bearish POI right here, and we still had these bullish POIs, but more importantly, we had even closer. We had a bearish POI, but we stayed above it. We didn't go any lower, which was good, which was good enough for me. So I didn't really care about us having a higher time frame bearish POI, and we did end up taking shorts, so it's okay. But we drew on our POIs. I didn't really draw on turtle soup because we haven't been having turtle soup entries, but if we do have one, then I'll draw it on. And then where is my trade? Right here. And then so price ended up not going to my POI till a bit after, but the first entry we had was a liquidity entry. What this is this is draw on liquidity right here. Then the candles the hour closed, new hour right here. So 9:59 closed right here. The new hourly candle went up, swept our drawn liquidity, went down and inversed this fair value gap. So when it inversed this fair value gap, we enter this trade counter in like because the market comes back into balance to these POIs. That's how trends work on the higher time frame. If you go to the 1 hour, that's how trends work. They go down into our POIs and go higher. That's how candle ranges work on the higher time frames. So right here, so for the market to go back into balance, it wants to go back into these POIs. So from here, we invert this fair value gap, enter the trade right here, and target the closest level. So for us, this would be this POI right here. And it just ended up still just going down and then went back up. But we got a little trade. We made 690 on this trade right here. And we're on a 3-day streak of being profitable, or not profitable, but having winning trades. We haven't had a losing trade in a while, and we are so close to passing this eval. So hopefully by next week we're gonna pass this eval, and we'll start being funded. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and have a wonderful day.
What the fuck is up, YouTube? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna like recap how I took this trade right here. Yeah. Let me take off all the clutter so you can see. Look, we started with the 4 hour, and we saw this fair value gap. Well, look, I marked it out. You saw this fair value gap. It got tested and retested a lot. Didn't break, so I was already bullish on the day. I was looking for buys. I didn't think. Oh wait. Oh, and also the previous standard deviation levels. I didn't think it would get retested again, so I was already bullish. And all for all, just resting liquidity right here too. Let me see. I went back to the 1 hour. Yeah. I checked the OTE. This was showing, yeah, this day. So check the optimal trade entry right here. Hold up, wrong thing. Wrong one. I'll put the right one. Hits a 0.79 level. Uh, that was already confluence. I had this this standard deviation already. I marked it out in the 15 minute.
it was already it respected the 1.5, disrespected the one. So uh, it's just the 2.5. This area is usually a common place for price to either like absolutely like reverse or just a pullback or a stronger pullback. So I was already looking at price right there. I thought that would be the top. So I measured it and what's called I skid down to the 5 minute and I looked to the left legs. I marked out every uh every fair value up that was lined up with one of the levels on the OTE, and all of them got blown through until this guy. So this guy hit that. I reacted heavily. I saw that this reacted heavily. I waited for the closure, and then I measured out the rejection block. Hit zero point 0.5, almost hit 0.25. I got in as early as I could, and then we measured the standard deviation levels, targeting that 2.5 area. And I did go a little bit higher because I had to get that 7 R. You know what I mean?